Video 6, Do-It-Yourself House Building, NUDURA Insulated Concrete Forms, by Kara.
Alright, so we're using NUDURA Insulated Concrete Forms, ICF. And starting out, you just lay it out on the footing that you have. You go too high and you stack it, and I have a piece of rebar in my first layer. Go all the way around, pull all your measurements, make sure you're square, and then once everything looks good and you're leveled off, then you use spray foam around all the perimeter, both inside and outside, and that acts as a glue and makes it so concrete doesn't come out at the bottom of the footing. I like the concept, I like concrete. So once we were too high, we started planning for our windows, because this is about where we wanted our windows. We're in the basement, so we're doing 4x4 egress windows. And on this design, I used a 2x8 because our insulated concrete forms are 8 inches of concrete in there, and I recessed it into the insulated concrete forms a little bit. I had to break down the plastic a little bit to get it in there, but what I'll do is when I install a window, I'll use 3-inch screws and go through my window and then your foam, and then they'll go into the window well. You have to have treated lumber on anything touching concrete, and then I'll have bracing in that so the concrete won't bow it, push it in. We also got Zonk braces, so we're going to do that system on this, and that's going to keep the wall straight up. I went that direction because I'm building this house myself, so I didn't want to pay for a rental on scaffolding, because it would probably end up being about the same cost as just building them and making them yourself. But these will have a turnbuckle coming off of them, and then a platform will be right about here that we'll walk on to help us pour. And it's kind of a neat system. It just uses the Titan board in here. And once that's tight and that one's in, everything just kind of helps the walls and everything kind of be one. We'll level out, plumb out the walls when we're right before we pour. Once you pour, then you adjust everything again to make sure everything's level and plumb and looks good. Your walls will be straight. So a lot of work. Mostly you just make sure your first 2 rows are perfect, because once those are set and glued down, it's hard to adjust anything. So pull all your squares, use your 3, 4, 5 method for your corners, and once you're all squared and looks good, then foam it down and keep building up. It starts to go really fast. One reason why I went with NUDURA is because they're 8 feet long, 1.5 feet tall, so they go in a lot faster. One thing you do got to plan for is, this is a ground wire. for my panel will be right here for my electrical panel. And then my water is right here. So I gotta sleeve it still, but it's coming in low, so it's under the frost level here, which is 3 feet. We'll come in, same thing, I got my sewer plan and it's right over there. And I'm just stacking blocks. I only have 3 pieces of rebar in here for my horizontal, and then my vertical I'm doing every 19 inches on center, I'm dropping rebar in. So there'll be a lot of rebar in this thing.
Boom.